Hello folks, welcome to the Flying Southerner channel. Today we are on the West Coast Mainline 2019 timetable. And we are going to be taking a nice shortish steam service down from Carnforth to Preston and bring the LMS Stanya on a rail tour. So yeah, let's get going. So, steam train time. Let's quickly get the train set up. Start releasing the brakes. I know they can sometimes take a minute because of the steam brake. You make it go quicker just through a large ejector. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Close large ejector. So yes, we are on the West Coast Main Line 29 Preston Carlisle 2019 table made by Nairphase. I had early access to this, and if you want to go see some more of the services, you can have a look at the live stream I did the other day. But today we are basically going to be driving a steam train while also doing some spotting at the same time. So yes, should be a nice fun little stream. Ooh, we are moving already. So yes. So we've got an LMS Stanya with 1, 2. Actually, if I go in here, overview, we have 10 Mark 1s plus a locomotive and its tender. So yes, it's pretty cool. Well, anyways, we are in the locomotive, so we will await. We'll await clearance to go. So on this service, we'll be calling at Lancaster and then going to Preston. Quick whistle check just to make sure we're all good. Nice. Okay, and we are good to go. So just gonna wait for the signal. There we go. Release the braking. Release the brakes. Wait for my steam brake to go down. So put a large ejector again. E, 2, 1, released. Right, and we'll open up the regulator. And we will get on the move. Yeah, so our head code today is 1040. So yes, it's pretty cool. Obviously got the tender for the locomotive does have its handbrake, but that's just going to remain off today while we're on the move. Put a bit more steam in. There we go. Just open the foot a little bit more. Well, the regulator, I should say. Get close to cylinder cocks and we'll be good to go. Right, and we will wait for 110 mile an hour clearance, which we should get shortly. And there we go, so we will speed up a bit. So yes, as part of this timetable, you get you get one. The timetable has 1,363 total services, with 386 that are playable. So you get timetable services broken down like this: 58 for the 390, 10 for the 221. There's a 221 mod in there as part of this. 43 for the class 350, 45 for the 158, 69 for the 142, 6 for the 150, 2 for the 153, 8 for the 323, 13 for the class 86 Freightliner, which will come down to 2 after the release of the Alan Thompson Simulation Class 90, with this loco taking over most of those runs. And then 1 for the Class 87 Freightliner, which will also become a Class 97 upon the 90's release. The 87 is just a stand-in for now. 2 for the Class 86 Caledonian Sleeper. 1 for the Class 87 Caledonian Sleeper. 1 for the Class 47 Colas Rail Freight. 57 for the Class 66. Harry's going to be happy with that. 1 for the Class 314, which was originally planned as a Class 37 Jack, but issues arise with the Coupler mod. 2 with the Class 08, 8 for the Class 37 DRS, which is another mod. 1 for the Class 37 BR Large Logo Blue. 13 for the Class 47, which will become West Coast Railway Company 47s when Bell releases their pack. 4 for 86259 Les Ross, 10 for the LMS 8F, of which we're driving, and then 6 for the LMS Jubilee. So yeah, yes, quite a nice busy timetable. So yes. Okay. And the requirements list is quite a big requirements list. If I remember to in post, I will pop it as a little note, just a little thing on your screen that you can obviously pause and take a look at. But yes. And I'll also put a link for the mod in the description down below for you guys to have a look at. There we go. I like the whistle. Okay, and also the Class 221 is going to show as Class 220 unit numbers for now, and 350/4s will show as 350/1s for now until Naya can get around to sorting those out. It's basically just he has to go into the model and edit it effectively. And also, if you have the cargo line branding patch installed, you will need to delete that because it apparently causes a crash to desktop. Yeah, so another thing to note is that all the layers are separate. So for the timetable to function, you actually only need one of the layers to make it work. Obviously, that is going to reduce the activity on the rails, but it's good to know that obviously if you wanted to try it out but you only had the Class 390 for example, then you could still use it. go. So I'm just going to take back the reverser. I think you're at about 60%. There we go. There we go. See a preliminary caution in front of us there. Probably nothing to particularly worry about, but it's probably just a train in front of us. Obviously no AWS on this, so this could get interesting really quickly, so as I'm just keeping an eye for the signals. Yeah. So yeah, we are currently 1.9 miles away from Lancaster. So the question remains, what do I think of this timetable? Well, I think it's like really good timetable with the Russian stock, which we will probably see some at Lancaster depending on what time we get there, although we might be a little bit late considering that we're only going 45 miles an hour. But yeah, we'll live. Go, single yellow signal there. We're for the next one to potentially be red. Okay, so I'm just going to start slowing down a bit because of the red signal that I can see on my track monitor. There we go. Yeah, so when we get to Lancaster, we'll jump out of the logo and see what we can find, see what's in. So yeah, we're going onto Lancaster, platform number 4. Might as well actually grab a screenshot while we're here, actually. So, well, let me just do that. Exposure, power. Just use my usual setup. There we go. That's looking good. No grain effect required here. Obviously no rotation either. So yeah, there we go. And that's the thumbnail sorted. Nice. And it's already published on the WCML website, ready for when it uploads. And here comes the Pendolino in what looks to be Virgin. It looks very like the plain Virgin livery. There is like a branded one as well that runs around. Yeah, we'll have to see what it's here at. Yep, there you go. I can already see something in. That looks like a pacer to me. Which, yes, I'm sure Rex will be very happy with. Rex, if you're watching this, hello. get pulling in to Lancaster. Yeah, so the brakes on these are vacuum style brakes on the Mark 1s. So obviously different braking system to what you might find on your modern trains or potentially even your 80s trains that just trains do with your air brakes. These use vacuum braking. There we go. So yes, here we are at Lancaster. So let's go and have a look and see what's in and about. Obviously, we're here in Estania. Mark 1 coaches looking epic. They've got West Coast Railways branding, so that is part of the mod. They won't always have West Coast Railway branding on them by default, but these ones do. And then over here is your Pacer, which basically is taken from the Blackpool branches Pacer. But obviously it's got new livery and some adjustments to the interior. Talking of the Class 142 Pacer, there's another one pulling in on another platform. But I will quickly just show you what we get in here. So if I just quickly open it up, we do have less than a minute before we need to depart, which is fine. And then it open the cover. Ideally, will you let me open it? Yes, you will. Thank you. So yes. So yes, as you can see on the Pacer, they've got some interior changes, so the seats have been retextured, for example, but mainly this is just the Blackpool Pacer. They get with the Blackpool branches roost. Anyways, let me just quickly lock you up. There we go, and we will get back to the Stania, where we are going to be departing in about 10 seconds time. Why are my wheels waving? I'll leave the regulator active. Probably knowing me. Yep, that regulator's active. Right, so let's head back to our steam locomotive. No, I do not want to give up control. I'm coming. There we go. Sit in the driving seat. Release the brakes. There we go. And yes, I did leave it open. That was a bit interesting of me to do that, but hey, there we go. As you can see on the platform next to us, there's also another 142. Going for a steam brake, which is just coming off now. 3, 2. Gonna start applying some regulator. Yeah, we will get on the move. And we'll be in Preston in more or less 20-25 minutes. get on the move. Yes, as I said, don't normally drive the steam locomotives that much. I'm usually in the diesels or electrics, but obviously today I thought, why not? Let's have some steam. As a TP 350/4 comes around the corner. Obviously making UFO noises. See that we can only allowed to do 10 miles an hour out of here, so we'll just wait for clearance to go a bit faster, and then we'll go faster, and there's our clearance. But yes, anyways, so we are currently still moving down towards Preston. And yeah, we will get there soon. Are we wheel spinning? No, we're not. Right. Let's just prepare the train just to go a bit faster. So 45% on the reverser. Yeah, we're currently just going up a little bit of an incline at the minute. So we will make our way through towards Preston in a bit. Yeah, we might as well just enjoy the locomotive that we've got. Yes. So, as I mentioned, obviously the timetable has quite a lot of layers. So yes, so you will need to own quite a bit of DLC. And also the other obvious question is, can I run this on my PS5 or X or Xbox Series X or X? And the answer to that one is nope. You need to run the game on a PC in order to use the mods. Yes, so... which I know might be a little bit annoying for you console people, but hey, it is what it is. Yes, and while we're here, we may as well talk about the Season of Reveals article, because I haven't actually done that yet. Give us something else to talk about while this locomotive struggles. Right. Also heads up that Xbox users, you have a sale on. So if you want some TSW content, go pick it up. Anyway, Seasons of Reveals. So, basically is the Dovetail Games Christmas event thing where they announce new stuff and updates to things. So yes. So first thing that got the week one drop, we've got Ryan Bomb from Far Less World. So basically that'll take you from Duisburg to Mönchengladbach, which is apparently over 100 years old, the route. It's the first project coming from experienced developers in a new partner program group, Far Less World. And you can explore from large fancy stations through massive open fields to big sprawling cities. The Rhine Nearsbahn has a and get ready for a strong focus on freight ops, especially in and around the Chem Park area, and journey across the historic Hogfieder Eisenbahnbrück. So yes. So let's see, you've got and obviously there's some pretty cool screenshots here as well, which look looking good. And so for anyone who likes freight, I do like to give it a freight myself. You can get ready for a strong focus on freight ops, especially in and around the Chem Park area, and journey across the historic Eisenbahnbrück, where the scenery becomes increasingly industrial. And obviously, there's the DBBR 425 is going to run on this route. So it looks like potentially some S-Bahn services, and it looks like the DBBR 628 and the ICE. It's either a T or a 3. I think it's the T. And the other thing was announced was the Southern Pacific Ore Line's Hayden branch from High Iron Simulations. So basically, you get a big open pit copper mine at Bahia, Arizona, two copper smelter and mill facilities at Hayden in Arizona. So you get 20 miles of bustling steel artery, which looks millions of tons of copper ore from mine to mill and finished copper metal outbound. And it features the 7 Pacific's GP35 diesel road switcher and a wealth of offensive equipment and rolling stock. And you get ready for the vast and challenging heavy haul round-the-clock railroading experience. So basically another freight route looking at it. Screenshots are looking awesome. Okay, so it looks like potentially a shortish route, or it does look nice and detailed, so I'll let you be the judge of what you think about that one. And of course, you can't have a Dovetail announcement event without the Tadami line. Who doesn't love a good Tadami? So obviously, as we know, it's TSW's first Japanese route, coming from the team at Union Workshop. It's set in the 2010 era. You'll explore the Aizu area and along the valley of the Tadami River. You can operate the PF-40 DMU in Japan in 3 classic liveries, including Tohoku local colours, National Railways orange, and the Gitsu colours. And you can discover incredible scenery such as the Mission to Three Brothers, a famous train spotting point along the line featuring 3 bridges in a single picturesque view. Ooh. And they've put like a gameplay showcase as well, a gameplay showcase video. I mean, I have to say, with Tadami, it looks complete. But obviously, there might be some like little negatives, because obviously I can only see the screenshots. I've not played the route at any point. As a Class 66 shed goes past carrying some wagons. Tesco wagons by the looks of things. Yep. Whatever little helps us out. That's a long train. And of course there was a court update this week. So obviously with basically with some fixes to PCB, through has had a few fixes, as well as the 350 and the 390. And just to top it all off, there's the TSW6 winter survey. So basically, if you want to try and help Dovetail decide what they need to put in for the next update, there you go. And there's obviously some mastery stuff as well, with your mastery bits, which actually look really nice, not gonna lie. And of course, when is this? No, it's tomorrow. It's Friday that the preview is. But the Stuttgart to Heilbronn route is got its preview stream on Friday. So yes. And then TSW is also working on a charity event as well. Oh, is that another freight train? What was that? Like another intermodal. It sounded electric, potentially. But yeah, there you go. And then of course you got some Black Friday sales which have continued on the Xbox front, so if you want to go and grab some content for your collection and you're on the Xbox, yeah, now's a really good time to do it. So yes, so you can pick up this route for example. Actually, let me just check what's on sale. Actually, let me just wait for the Xbox app to load on my computer. Oh, of course. Application update required. Of course. Check for updates. There you go. And then he's still just going to run. So obviously, yeah, the Xbox. So yes. Well, while that's updated, I'll go to the website and see what's going on there. Hang on. Well, I'm trying to select my TSW window, that would probably be useful. Right, Xbox.com. Let's see what is on sale. Train Sim World. We'll use the free starter pack. So, with this sale, you've Cajon passes on sale. The Thomas and Friends DLC, and Northeast Corridor is on an absolute bargain price of £2.50 for the route. So yes, if you like American passenger services, that's a good one to pick up. New Yorkshire Fronton's on sale. The Cardiff route is on sale as well, and the Pendolino is on sale. So yes, very cool. Anything else on sale? Yes, Birmingham Cross City for £6. The main tool barn, so a nice bit of diesel German route, and yeah, cool stuff like that. Oh, we're really going now, 64 miles an hour. So yeah, so if you're on Xbox, I would potentially recommend Birmingham Cross City. It's a nice little passenger route, obviously. And then of course you've got other stuff on sale. I don't have Thomas and Friends DLC, so obviously I can't really judge. Oh, and also something I missed: the Holiday Express route is on sale for £2. So yes. That's a couple of cheap DLCs for you Xbox people. Yeah, we're really picking up some speed now. There we go, we're up to 70. So yes, there's quite a bit of freight activity on this week, which is really cool. So yes, so obviously freight locomotives, obviously the 40, so the 47 does great stuff, which is cool. We're 11 miles away from Preston, so yeah, we'll just continue running along the West Coast main line. Pardon me. There we go. There we go. But yes, obviously, Bowden Cross HPV1 I would definitely recommend definitely taking a look at. Just because obviously it's got the 323s, however, if you pick up the 170 pack, you also get an expanded timetable as well. The 170 pack is not on sale, only across 6 years. But yeah, it's still cool. As we continue running along at 75 miles an hour down here. You know, I do wonder if this locomotive would get over Shap. Maybe another video we could potentially have a look at that. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment down below and let me know. Yes, so obviously who doesn't love a good bit of a whistle here and then? Oh, about to hit 80 miles an hour. Yeah, I realise I haven't done much American stuff in a while, so if you do want to see some American stuff as well, let me know as well. We can definitely take a look at some more American stuff. I may take the Acela out on New York to Trenton potentially, if we did do some American stuff. Or if you have a completely different idea and you want to suggest it, let me know. Yep, you can also join the Discord via the link in the description as well. So obviously chat can continue there as well. So if you like chatting about random train stuff, then obviously that is a good place to be. And if you would fancy looking at some other different games as well, then obviously let me know. I do have quite a bit of a collection when it comes to train games. So yeah, I've got Trains with a Z, I've got Train Sim Classic, I've got JREs, I've got Railroader, D-Rail Rally, Transport Fever. So yes, if there's anything that you would potentially like to look at, then yeah, we'll do it. Then let me know, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so I'm thinking for the 100 subscribers, what we'll do is we'll do a nice little potentially Q&A on the Discord. So you're already in the Discord, feel free to join it. Links down below, as well as the link to this mod, where you can obviously drive Federalinos 190 odd miles, which is really cool. And we'll see what we find at Preston when we arrive. We really get slowing down from that 80-mile-an-hour limit, so we'll get slowing down now. Just get slowing down as we approach Preston. As a Pendolino departs from Preston Station. Yes, we'll just await our arrival into Preston Station. Yes, we're going onto platform number 5. we'll just continue popping down as there's a Northern 158-7 popping into the other platform here at Preston. Here we are at Preston Station, so let's cut the doors open and we will finish up this service for today. As a 350 pulls in next to us, which is one of the CPE ones. We might actually have a look at that one depending on how long it stays there for. Put back into mid gear. There we go. And then we'll just have a quick look at the 350 while we're here. The doors are unlocked. What you want about train? There we go. But yes, here's the 350. So you've got obviously some TPE livery. Obviously, you wouldn't expect LNWR up here, but weirder things have been seen. There we go. Obviously, with pretty much the standard interior on the TPE ones, but yeah, it's all cool. Anyways. And then pretty much the standard interior on the Mark 1s as well. So, yeah. Really cool. Right, we'll quickly just lock the doors. There we go, and there we go. So that is a quick steam rail tour on the LMS Dania. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And yes, have a good one. Cheers.